talk about Mary Sophie Germain, a woman mathematician, so let's get into it. Sophie Germain's biography. This is a sketch of herself. Sophie was born on April 1st, 1776 in Paris, France. She was a daughter of Ambrose Franciscus and Mary Germain. She had one younger sister named Angelique Ambrose and one older sister named Mary Madeline. Her family was rich but never aristocracy. She never married and didn't have kids. Continued, and you can see her here. And this is a book cover of a book, so yeah. When Sophie was born, women were not allowed to learn. She was born during the American Revolution time, 1776. When she was 13 years old, the French Revolution began. Napoleon's army invaded when she was 37, 1813. Education. Sophie never attempted to go to school. She always spent her time reading books in her father's library. Her favorite books were about math. She read books about Archimedes' death and G.E. Montesquieu. History of mathematics. She started to love numbers when she was 13 years old. This is continued. At first, her parents didn't improve her math learning skills, so they took out the cameras. Still, nothing stopped Sophie. This is the math in her dream. So you can see that when nothing stopped Sophie, but they meant that Sophie was coming out here to sit here and try to study with the blanket. Later, her parents realized her love to math and allowed her to work on it. People also suggested her to study literature instead of math because she was a woman. She persisted and never gave up, so she taught math to herself. She has a bubble of math here. They're trying to tell her to read poems and stuff and make books, but she didn't care. She just had a bubble of math. Continued. In 1794, the École Polytechnique was found in Paris to train mathematicians, but Sophie didn't allow to be enrolled. It was because she was a woman. She had some of her male friends to give their notes. Then she started to use those notes to study. At the end of the term, she submitted a mathematical analyze paper to Lagrange using a name of one of his male students. As you can see here, Lagrange called for the student that wrote it, and it ended up being Sophie. Lagrange was so impressed with her work, so he wanted to see the student. Then he discovered that his male student was Sophie. Sophie worked at a number theory and sent it to Carl Friedrich Gauss. Later, he found out her gender, but she did not pay attention to this because he recognized her talent. Continuation of it. Years later, she spent her number theory work onto mathematicians, Legendre. He showed some of Sophie's work in supplement to his second edition of the theory, Des Nombres. She found an answer to mathematical equation that would help fermates. In his last theorem known for the case where n=5. 3 contributes to mathematics: elasticity theory, differentiality, geometry, number theory. Death and honor. This is her graveyard. In 1829, Sophie learned that she had breast cancer. She died on June 27. 1831 in Paris, France, at age 55. Sophie recognized at University of Göttingen. One of the streets in Paris is named after Sophie. She also has a statue of herself. The house of her has been named as a historical landmark. Bibliography. So this are all the links where we got all the information. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and I hope you're fine at home. And bye, guys.